G'day, this is Jim from Living Life Now. Today we're talking about the cruise destination port of Liverpool in England. Now Liverpool's known for the home of the Beatles, or the birthplace of the Beatles, the Everton Football Club, the Liverpool Football Club, and there's a UNESCO World Heritage waterfront. Now the cruise port is located right in the centre of town, and it's just adjacent to the Royal Albert Dock, which provides easy access to get in and see the majority of the sites. Now in 2008, Liverpool was named the European Capital for Culture. Now when I read this, I was a little bit surprised, but when I dug a little bit deeper, is known for its music, arts and cultural diversity. The city continues to thrive with numerous festivals, galleries and theatres, a few of which we'll go into in this video. On the other hand, when I googled Liverpool, all that came up was Liverpool Football Club. Now on the other side of its culture, it's also home to two famous football clubs, Liverpool FC and Everton FC. Now the rivalry between these two clubs is well known through football. I'm not a football fanatic, but I do know about the blue and the red. So the blue Everton and the red Liverpool. There's certainly a rivalry that goes back. Liverpool has a pretty good pub life, pretty good pub scene, and is home to some of the most interesting and oldest pubs in England. For the shoppers, Liverpool One is a big shopping centre right in the middle of Liverpool. Being in the heart of the city, it offers a mix of high-end and high street stores in a sprawling open-air complex. As I said before, Liverpool's waterfront is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognised for its historical significance, architectural beauty and landmarks. The waterfront has a significant maritime heritage and was once one of the world's greatest ports and a major hub of the British Empire. Down on the waterfront you will notice the Three Graces, what they call locally as the Three Graces. This trio of buildings includes the Royal Liver Building, the Cunard Building and the Port of Liverpool building, and are easy to spot as you cruise into port. Now Liverpool itself in the city there has a population of about 500,000 people, but the Liverpool region in general has a population of about 1.5 million people and is one of the largest cities in Great Britain. Now if you're into architecture, you also have to have a look at St George's Hall. So St George's Hall is a neoclassical building and one of the finest examples in Europe. The Great Hall is renowned for its stunning architecture. Now the Anglican Liverpool Cathedral is one of the largest, is the largest in the UK and 8th largest in the world. It doesn't look much from the outside, but it's well worth, it unfolds on the inside and is quite a lot to see in there. It even's got a cafe in there if you want to stop for something to eat. Now, if you really want to immerse yourself in Beatles history, you can do that too. There'll be many tours available for Beatles fans. Quite a popular one is the double-decker bus, which will take you around all the Abbey Road and Strawberry Fields and all the iconic sites, including the birthplaces of John and Ringo and Paul. So if you're a really Beatles fan, you can do that. Or you might choose to make your way to the Cave-In. The Beatles played at the Cave-In 292 times between 1961 and 1963. Lots of nostalgia to take in at this venue. Now, Radio City Tower, or St John's Beacon, is also worth a visit. It'll give you great views over the city. Now, if you're a Liverpool FC supporter, you're going to go want to see Ant Hill Stadium. The stadium holds 53,000 people, and I think it's located about, I think it's about 3.2 kilometres from the city centre. So there's tours available. You can even walk on to the hallowed ground and get a real feel of this nostalgia and we shall not walk alone kind of attitude of Liverpool Football Club. So if that's your thing, jump on in. Now in my research I came across the Central Library, like Liverpool Library. The Central Library looked quite an interesting place. It's got great architecture and it's one of those really old-fashioned libraries. So if you're a bit of a bookworm, that might be a place for you to visit. Now if you're keen just to walk off the ship, this place is very easily explorable. The Royal Albert Dock is just a stroll off the ship, and it's flat and it's easy walking. There you've got restaurants, you've got museums, you've got architecture, you've got access to hop on, hop off buses, you've got access to tours. So, I think most people that enter this port, I don't think it's worth spending a bit of coin, the extra coin on a cruise organised tours. But if you've got mobility issues, that might be the most easiest thing for you. But what I'm seeing is just walking off the ship is quite easy, and Liverpool you can quite easily see just on foot. Even if you limit yourself to Prince Albert Dock, you can see the Three Graces, take in that architecture, you can see the Tate Museum, you can see the Maritime Museum, and you can see the Beatles Story Museum. So you can easily spend half a day just walking around the Royal Dock. Alternatively, if you don't want to self-explore and take a walk around, you can just head down the waterfront and there's lots of tour operators available there. Or you can even book ahead and just meet a tour operator down there once you get off the ship. So lots of options here, and I think all roads lead to Liverpool. For the Crown Princess World Cruise 2025, we arrive in Liverpool at 7 a.m. on Monday the 28th of July. The sunrise that day is about 5:22 and we're in port for 10 hours, leaving at 5 p.m. with the sun setting at 9:14. The weather in July in Liverpool ranges from between 20 degrees and 13 degrees, and it rains on average about 8 days of the month. July is peak tourist season, and we're lucky enough to be the anti-ship-in port this day. Okay, for Linda and I, we're just going to get off the ship and self-explore. We'll head down the waterfront and we might catch the Beatles Story and a couple of museums, the Maritime Museum, and have a wander around. We might find a place for lunch. We might walk into town. There's lots to just consider, but we'll play it by ear. If we miss out on things, we miss out. If we come across something that's great, all the better. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Hooroo.